Hey guys, it's almost now last 3 to 4 months. Life has become slow. Corona has taken all the really a big toll for all us. But we need to get going. We never know where it will stop. Already 4 months has gone. Who knows? Another 4 months will go. And if we continue like this, we'll lose much more things than what we expect. So why not to use our digital platform? We have been using so many GBs every day. We use on WhatsApp, we see video clips, we see movies. Why not to use this for our industrial purpose? So we have come out with the idea of ZelTalk. ZelTalk is our new baby now, and let's see how long this idea works. This platform we can use for any safety talk, any GMP talk, any cell development talk, anything which is useful for the industrial environment, not just some fancy things around. But it can be used. I'm happy that one of our technical service executives, Kavya, she has come out with the first safety talk. I'm sure you'll enjoy. And the advantage is that you need not to come in the training hall. We need not to meet in the conference rooms. Whether you are in a bus, whether you are at home, at leisure time, in the tea time, anytime, just it's a 4-5 minutes clip. You can just see, make yourself, it's a knowledge base, so you can enjoy something and we can share. So this is not only open for listening all of you, but it's also open for sharing. So please start sharing your ideas. Please start sharing your concept which you want to take it across around 200 employees all together. And it's hardly 4-5 minutes. We don't want to make a half an hour or 1 hour talk and make it long speeches, make you boring. At the same time, we need to start sharing. We cannot just sit and wait how long the corona will take care. We take all health precautions, we take all the things, let the corona be on its one side. But we as all employee friendly team or as an organization, we need to come out with the ideas where we start sharing. So let's move ahead with our new initiative ZelTalk and start sharing, start listening. Let's make it a very, very good interactive platform. Thank you all of you. Let's move on.
Hello everyone. Today, let us look into some of the case studies, what were the reasons behind it, and how they could have been prevented from happening in the first place. Let us look into the case 1. A waste product had to be dissolved in methanol. The operator added methanol to the waste which was present in the vessel without bothering to evacuate or add nitrogen to it. And a fire occurred and that man was injured. What was the reason behind it? Due to the accumulated static charges and the absence of inertization, the fire had occurred. How this could have been prevented? The correct procedure for doing this operation would have been to put the waste in an empty vessel, box it up, evacuate it, break the vacuum with nitrogen and then add methanol. And when the waste is dissolved, the solution had to be moved to another vessel, the former vessel to be evacuated again and vacuum break with nitrogen. It's easy to say here that the operator did not follow the rules. But why didn't he follow the rule? Because he didn't understand that if air and flammable vapor are mixed, an explosion may occur and we can't rely on removing all sources of ignition. Keeping in mind the operator's level of awareness, managers should have checked time to time that the correct procedure was being followed, and this could have been one preventive measure for this incident to be happening. Second, the accident due to vessel entry. Here, a tank had to be entered for inspection. It had contained only water and was not connected to any other equipment, so the usual tests were not carried out. 3 men went into the tank, 2 recovered and 1 died. Why? Because probably that rust formation used up some of the oxygen. Although rusting is normally a slow process, it can be fast under some conditions. The atmosphere inside the tank was tested afterwards and was found to be deficient in O2. A similar incident, 2 men collapsed in an evaporator. 1 died later, which had contained warm, moist magnesium chloride. The after test showed that the oxygen content fell to 1% in 24 hours. Other tests showed that the corrosion rate increased 10 times when the relative humidity increased from 38% to 58%. Here, what could have been the preventive measures? The operator should have never taken the shortcuts citing the negligence of only usage of water in that tank and should have followed the regular procedure of testing the oxygen levels, like cleaning the vessel and following all the tests that should have been done. So this could have been a probable and a very good preventive measure for this incident. Next is incident due to static electricity. Acetone was regularly drained into a metal bucket. One day, the operator hung the bucket on the drain valve instead of placing it on the metal surface below the valve. The handle of the bucket was covered with plastic. When acetone was drained into the bucket, a spark passed between the bucket and the drain valve and acetone caught fire. Why? It happened. A static charge accumulated on the acetone and on the bucket as the conducting liquid acquired charge while flowing into an ungrounded metal container, and spark occurred and resulted in fire. The plastic prevented the charge from flowing to the earth via the drain pipe, which was grounded. You can go through the bonding and grounding pictorial depiction as a reference. How this could have been prevented: usage of a closed container, proper placing of the bucket, replacement of plastic buckets. So here we can see that all of these incidents are very regular and familiar to even the persons doing them. What we can learn is to never deviate and always follow a standard procedure even if it's a regularly performing activity. I have selected the cases which can be easily relatable with the operations and the type of the chemicals or solvents which we use also at our site. So do your bit and stay safe. Thank you.